Okay, so we're back with another IELTS speaking tip that's hopefully going to help you get a better score in the IELTS test. So, the tip for today is, if you don't understand, ask. Now, what I mean by this is, when you're speaking to the examiner and he's asking you a question in part 1 or part 3, or maybe he's given you a topic card in part 2 and you don't really understand what he's asking you, don't just answer the question without understanding and just guessing maybe what he wants to know, because it will maybe you'll get lucky and it will be the correct answer for the question he's asked, but probably not. And it's best to really make sure you understand the question before you start to answer it. And it can even show, you can show other language, you can show language where you're asking him to explain the meaning or asking him something which shows more language that you can use. So imagine he's asked you a question and you don't understand. Maybe the first thing you could do is ask him to repeat the question. And you've got to make sure that you're using polite ways to do this. You could say, would you mind repeating that? Or, sorry, could you repeat the question again, please? So there's certain phrases that you can use to just ask him to repeat, which is one way. Also, if you don't understand, you might think, well, in a normal conversation, I would probably say, I don't really understand the question. Can you explain it a bit more? Now, in the IELTS test, you can't do this because the examiner is not allowed to explain any of the language to you. But what you can do is guess what the meaning is and ask him if your guess is correct or not, and he can give you a yes or no answer. So you could say, by, and then whatever the word is that you're not sure, do you mean, and then whatever you've guessed the meaning of this word to be. Now, if you're not right, then he'll say, no, I don't mean that. If you are right, he'll say yes, and you know you can give the answer. If you're wrong, then you can just guess again or try your best. Also, you could maybe ask a question like, is it okay if I talk about? And then say whatever you think he wants you to give the answer, or whatever the topic is you think he's asking you about. And you're checking, he's going to either give you a yes or no answer to help you. So don't be afraid of asking these. It doesn't mean that your English is no good. It means that you're really wanting to make sure that you understand what he's saying 100%. I know a lot of my students are a bit scared of doing this because they think, oh no, he'll think I'm stupid and give me a low score. It shows I don't understand the question. But I think you've got to be honest with yourself. If you really don't understand, then make sure that you clarify the meaning. We call these clarification questions, to really make clear what he's asking you about. So that's our tip for today. If you don't understand, just ask.